Each year in the United States alone, there is an estimated 15,780 children between birth and 19 years of age who are diagnosed with cancer. Globally, there are more than 250,000 children diagnosed each year. Every 3 minutes, somewhere in the world, a family's entire world will come crashing down when they hear that their child has cancer. Childhood cancer is currently the #1 disease killer of children. 7 children in the U.S. alone will die a horrible death from this monster. Statistics show that there's an average of 70 years lost when a child dies from cancer, and only 7 lost when an adult dies from cancer. While survival rates for many types of cancer have improved, for too many children, cancer will shorten their lives too soon. And for those children that do survive, it comes with a cost. Because children are growing and developing while fighting cancer, the rough treatment regimens affect them differently than it affects adults. 2/3 of children who survive cancer face at least one chronic health condition. 1/4 of survivors face a late effect that is classified as severe or life-threatening. Some of these effects include, but aren't limited to, heart damage, lung damage, infertility, cognitive deficits, growth deficits, hearing loss, and even secondary cancers. If you think about it, cancer isn't really over when the child is cured, because they fight with the late effects from their treatment for life, not to mention the emotional and physical scars that cancer leaves them with. Federal funding for childhood cancer research is predominantly allocated through the National Cancer Institute. They allot a little less than 4% of their funding for childhood cancer. The other 96% goes towards adults. As a result, these children are receiving treatments that are over 25 years old. There have been 3 new drugs approved for childhood cancer in the past 25 years, while adult cancers can have upwards of 20 drugs approved a year. These children are receiving many of the same treatments the adults receive, but the cancers are different. Many of the childhood cancers are exclusive to just children, which means they need their own targeted treatments. Not enough research can be done if they're only getting 4%, and we need safer, less toxic treatments for these kids. There are certain childhood cancers that don't have a protocol when a child relapses, so basically the doctor tells the family there's nothing we can do. There's also a type of brain cancer called DIPG that has a 0% cure rate, so it's a death sentence on diagnosis. This is not okay, and we need to do more for these precious children. I'm sure by now you're wondering, what is all this? Why am I here? Why is this important to me? Well, I was diagnosed with stage 5 kidney cancer when I was 10 years old. My world was turned upside down, and the new normal for me became hospital stays, needle pokes, and fighting for my life. Instead of playing basketball, spending time with friends and family, and going to school like a normal 5th grader should, I was given a 20% chance of survival. My treatment was complicated by a serious central line infection that almost killed me. It caused me to seize, hallucinate, my temperature went up to 106.9. I almost died that day. That incident, as well as multiple rounds of chemotherapy, radiation, and 6 surgeries later, I'm here to talk about it. I couldn't be more thankful to God for my miracle story. Like I said earlier, being a cancer survivor does come with a cost. I have since been diagnosed with heart, thyroid, and circulation issues. I have bad scoliosis from my radiation treatments that cause me daily pain. I also have 1 kidney, so I have to be extra cautious to take care of that kidney, or I could end up on dialysis. I get numbness, tingling, and hot flashes in my feet and legs. There was a period of time where my thyroid was functioning so badly I couldn't even get up off the couch. I felt horrible. I'm now on a very strict diet and lifestyle to allow my thyroid to function properly. I'd be lying to you if I told you there weren't days where I wondered if this was really all worth it. Fighting cancer was bad enough, and here I am fighting with all these late effects from the toxic treatments used to treat my cancer. Essentially, one problem is fixed, and now a bunch of others are created. The problem is these are now lifelong issues. Fighting cancer is hands down the toughest thing that I've ever gone through, but I wouldn't change it for anything. I would change all the late effects if I could, but I wouldn't change my cancer journey. It's 100% molded me into who I am today. I appreciate every single day that I'm alive because I remember what it was like to almost lose my life. I try not to sweat the small stuff because when you go through cancer, you realize that small stuff doesn't really matter anymore. My faith in God was strengthened because I felt His presence throughout my entire battle and every day since. I value each and every relationship in my life so much, and I'll do anything for the people I care about because I feel so blessed to be able to be here and have those special moments with people that I care about. I've met so many amazing people who've walked the same journey I have, and I've become a part of many childhood cancer organizations and foundations. I'm currently living out my dream and working as an oncology nurse. Helping others going through the same battle I did is my passion and calling, and it feels amazing. Thank you. It feels so good to be doing exactly what I'm meant to be doing and to use my story to offer hope and positivity and strength to the children that go through cancer. Many people ask me all the time, what can I do to help? For starters, you being here today is a huge help. All of the profits and proceeds from this event are going towards iCare and SIZE and will assist with childhood cancer research, which, as I already stated, is so desperately needed, and it's also going to help provide financial assistance to families in need. The treatments for cancer are insanely expensive. I was told by a cancer dad that just one of his child's shots costs $95,000. Many times, these families need help with basic things like rent, gas, and food because they can no longer afford to pay those bills. A lot of parents are forced to quit their jobs to be by their child's bedside, and if there are two parents involved, many times one will stay by the child's bedside and the other will attempt to work while taking care of all the other siblings. Sadly, many childhood cancer parents end up divorcing because the trauma and strain this experience put on their relationship is too much. My parents were victims of that. They divorced a few years after my journey. Children with cancer end up needing multiple blood and platelet transfusions, so you can donate blood on their behalf. You can also donate bone marrow. Believe it or not, the process to get registered is so simple. All you have to do is have your cheek swabbed. You are then put into a system that's included in patient searches every day and then contacted if you're a match for a patient. I've seen bone marrow donations save the lives of numerous patients, and I've also seen numerous children die because there was no match for them. These are just a few ways that you can get involved, but they're all ways that will make a huge difference in the life of a childhood cancer patient and family. As some of you know, September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. There's a huge lack of awareness about this disease, and I hope that after listening to my speech tonight, you feel more informed about what these children go through and how much of a need there is for additional funding and research. My goal is to get as much awareness for childhood cancer in September as breast cancer gets in October. I want to see new trials started for childhood cancer so we can find drugs that target their specific disease. I want to see safer, less toxic treatments given that will have far less side effects both during treatment and after. I won't stop fighting until those goals are reached. These kids deserve to grow up. They deserve to have people fighting with them and for them because they can't do it alone. Children are the future of America, and together we can step up and make a difference.